Hello, hello, hello. Good morning, everybody. Hope everyone is doing well today. Do you have any questions? Do you have any concerns? Do you have any requirements of what we took before? Your exam is 4 hours long. To be honest with you, that's a long time to stay fully focused, to stay fully in the zone, to stay concentrated on the question and be able to answer everything on time. So managing time and managing stress are essential in keeping you on track, helping you to finish the exam on time, and helping you to pass with the high score. Now, managing these 4 hours, actually they start from the first day of your journey. Now, how do you train your brain to stay efficient throughout the exam? Well, it all starts with the way you study. So the rolling strategy is all about covering one section at a time, but practicing all the sections collectively as you move forward. So what you need to know is the way to approach each section is that you need to keep going without pausing. So let's say you're studying, and as you study, just take small notes. Either I prefer to have it separate in a small summary book. So just put certain notes so that you can remember how you thought about it, how you understood it, or certain tips so that you don't fall into this trap or don't make a mistake. Once you finish all of section A, just do a quick revision of your notes, which are very important. That's why you should keep taking notes, but your notes should be very short, very brief, straight to the point. And then you practice a couple of questions as we are sending you with the weekly emails. Just say 30 questions or 20 questions of section A. That's it. Once you study section B, you do the same thing. And once you're done with section B, then you solve problems of section A and some of the problems of section B. This way you are training your brain to accommodate more than one section at a time. You are training your brain to do a quick revision and cover any gaps that you missed before. And this will force you to go back to section A and do some quick revision indirectly, and that's very important. The biggest problem candidates do is that they study section A, they waste 1 month or 2 months trying to master it. They solve all the multiple choice questions and then they move to section B. And when they are in section B, they do the same thing and then they move to section C. The problem is that you are training your brain to understand and master one section at a time. And this is very dangerous. Why? Because once you reach section D or something, you will forget everything that you studied in section A. It's been 4 or 5 months. And then you're gonna panic, and we don't want that. You're gonna stop everything and go back to study section A again. And then you're gonna practice section A again. And then the same thing will happen when you reach section E or F or when you finish everything. Now, the problem is practice the same exact question again. So you feel that you're scoring high, you think that you understood them, but actually you are relying on your memory. You've done these problems, these multiple choice problems, more than once. You've practiced and mastered them more than once, so you already know the answer. You're testing your memory if you can remember what the answer is, and not your knowledge and your skill in answering such questions. Now, these 4 hours are broken down as such. You have 100 multiple choice questions for the first 3 hours and 2 essays for the next hour. Now, on average, you have 1.8 minutes per question. You think that's a long time, or you might think that's a very short time. Now, the problem is some of the questions are very straightforward or easy to you. So you might require only 30 seconds to answer. Other questions are more challenging and might require 3 minutes to answer them. So if you're gonna waste 1.8 minutes on a 30-second question, you won't have enough time to the 3-minute question. So what do we need to do now? What's the right strategy to approach multiple choice questions? In addition to what we learned before and we're gonna practice today, read the question first, read the given, understand the question, read the given, then answer the question. That still holds. But when you're doing, or when you're practicing 30 or 40 questions, or on the exam when you're doing 100 multiple choice questions, the first thing you need to do is try to secure the maximum points by solving the practical. I mean practical, I mean easy question. But I don't put the word easy because a question might be easy to you, but it might be hard to me because I'm not that good in that topic, or I didn't understand the question. When you start an exam, usually the first couple of questions are going to look challenging. It's not that they are always challenging. It's that your brain is still not fully in the zone. You're just starting an exam. You're still stressed. Your brain is all over the place. Your brain needs some time to organize itself and start focusing. So what we need to do is, you read the question. If you know how to solve it, that's easy to you, go ahead and do it. If not, move automatically. Don't waste any second. Okay, move to the next one. My brain now is fully in the zone. I start solving whatever I can. I solve it on the spot. So let's say with the first round, I was only able to cover 30 questions. That's it. Only 30 out of the 100. But it took me only now on average, in total, actually, 30 minutes to solve these 30 questions. So you know what happens? What happens now? What just happened is that you already saved 24 minutes. Now you are ahead of the program. Now you have 24 minutes in your pocket, extra time that you can use later. Then you go with the second round. The second round is a two-folded round. So if you know the question, but it's a bit hard or it's going to take some time, go for it, but don't waste too much time. Just do it. There's no third time. You need to either do it now or you don't do it anymore, or you're not going to have a chance to do it anymore later. So you have to do it. You have to do it. But if you read the question, nothing, I don't know it. I read the given, it doesn't ring a bell. I read the option, I don't know how to solve it. Why waste time on it? My strategy is that before I go to the exam, I decide on a letter. Let's say before I went into the exam, my lucky letter for today is C, let's say, okay? So if I don't know this question, it's C. If I don't know this question, it's C. I don't think, I don't overthink, I don't overanalyze, I don't try my luck again. Never leave any unanswered question. Any question that is unanswered is a 0% probability of success, which means 100% probability of failure. But if you answer anything, that's a 25% probability of success. At least you have some chance to pass. So let's say 10 of the questions were so challenging and I didn't know how to solve them. I chose C for all of those questions. Let's say I only had 3 correct. That's a 30% success out of questions I don't know. That's amazing. That's number one. Number two, I didn't waste valuable seconds and minutes trying to solve those that I didn't know. This is the strategy that you need to follow. This is very important. Okay? Never leave any unanswered question. Now, if you follow this strategy, when you're practicing 30 or 20 or 40 questions, you're going to finish, let's say, the exam in 2.5 hours. Why this is important? Because this additional 30 minutes will be added to your essay. So now you have 1.5 hours to your essay instead of 1 hour for the essay. You might need that time. Okay? Number two, once you jump to the essays, you can no longer go back to the multiple choice. Keep that in mind. Now, why this 30 minutes is very important? Because this 30 minutes will help you to answer any question that you are struggling with, which will give you more time to answer the essays instead of being stressed. Now, when you move to the essays, the strategy is the same. Do the essay that is more easy. By the way, you can jump between the essays as much as you want. Okay? Clear? I'm gonna explain, I just explained those strategies. The rest are going to be explained in our next session.